So when you go into New York, I think we're learning about you. We're looking at, how frugal you are. You save a lot of money, and you set goals. Like, can you tell us the impact of those things, those qualities on you to become a successful entrepreneur?
When I left Europe, I worked in the highest level of restaurant, 3-star Michelin. So I knew at a very complex, not French was not my first language. So I knew this is the level. It's like you're a dancer or you're a tennis player or something. This is the level we exist. Now, how do I create the cuisine I want to create? And how do I create a platform, right? So I did not have the money in the beginning. So eventually I became a part owner, small part owner, but I could create my own voice in terms of the kitchen. And then from that, I still lived with my roommates. Well, they were my friends. So, and I was lucky enough to save some coin. And from that, eventually I can build. Because, the goal was not to buy an expensive car. That was not my goal. Or my goal was to build towards my own company in hospitality. So again, once you are clear on your goal, and everybody has different goals. So as for me, I think also it was helped. I was an immigrant. I think as immigrants, we are so prepared to work hard. We're open to the new country, whatever that new country is. And we're also excited because we don't fully understand the society in the place we're living. And for me, it was curious. Oh, that's how that works? That America I was living was obviously not the same as the America I've seen in images and movies. I was living everyday American life now, New York life. And I liked it better. It's better than the movies. It's harder than the movies, but it's also better.
It's harder than the movie, for sure.
Yeah.
So you saved up, you started your business with a partner, and the money wasn't enough. So every entrepreneur goes through that, planning from financial wise, from time wise. So the money wasn't enough. How did you manage to go through that?
Well, I think, again, the journey of my first 10 years in New York, I feel a lot of gratitude because it preps your life of an entrepreneur is rarely you hit a single and you home run right away. But I learned everything. That was my business school. I learned how to cook. I learned how to manage people. I learned how to pay the bills. I learned to see the palette of New York City. So for me, be able to do that as a small partner, that was actually the luxury. I knew that his goal and my goals were not aligned. End of the day, he has a different background than mine. He was 20 years older than me. So in those places, you're in different goals, different places in life. But at the end of the day, I felt a lot of gratitude because at 26, that was not supposed to be the end destination. That was the handshake, the beginning to the journey. And I knew as a Black chef, as Ethiopian, I wanted to representation matters, right? And to do that through only a Swedish restaurant was hard to do with a Black narrative as well. So I needed a different platform, a different theater, a different restaurant. And that I was able to build at Red Rooster. And for me, it was very important to be able to express it and continue. And I've been fortunate enough to do that. And been many ups and downs, but I have a great family. I have a great wife that supported me through the journey. And I feel gratitude towards that.
Good. So with all gratitude, the money just pop up, or do you manage to raise from investors, etc.? So I was just doing a research about you, and you had, I think you saved it, or you managed to raise 1.5 million,
Mm-hmm.
but what you actually needed was 3 million.
Yeah.
So most entrepreneurs go through that. You always underestimate how much time and how much money you need. So how did you manage that challenge? Would be happy to.
Yeah, I mean, it was really tough, and you had to learn how to raise money to bring in investors, which I did not go to Harvard Business School, right? So you had to learn how to navigate, and you have to learn. One of the biggest thing you have to do when you're creative, learn how to collaborate. And you need a financial partner, you have to collaborate. You need other creative partner, you have to collaborate. Collaboration is a big part of of successful people. Might not be talked about enough, but you have to collaborate. And compromise comes with collaborating, which is something that you think you don't want to do, but you have to do it at some point. And you have to listen, because your guest's going to tell you, in my case, or the artist, or whatever it is, they're going to tell you what they appreciate. You think this is the vision? And that's important to have a vision, but you also have to adapt it, because what works in Addis might not work in New York City, might not work in Montreal or Bahamas. There's a core that will work, but then you have to adjust, both culturally